Hey guys, it's me the American, and today we have the SOG SEAL Team, a knife design that owes its roots to the SOG SEAL 2000, the knife primarily issued to United States Navy SEALs. The SOG SEAL Team features a 7-inch blade of AUS-8 stainless steel. It's powder coated to resist salt and other chemicals, and on top of that, it's actually serrated for helping to cut through fibrous materials. Glass reinforced polymer handle, full tang, you see the little pommel there, and it is made in Taiwan. The SOG SEAL Team is 0.23 inches thick. Well, it's actually around 0.25. That's what the website lists, but it comes up a little short in my reading. And for our metric users out there, it is really close to 6 millimeters thick even. Some of you may be wondering, how sharp is the SOG SEAL Team out of the box? Easy test, piece of computer paper, and we're going to be slicing and dicing it for the review. Now remember, safety first, my friends. And when that SOG cuts into this piece of paper, the friction alone might catch it on fire and it might actually explode. So be careful. I've got my new Fuglycool laser protective goggles here. Here's the SOG SEAL Team. Wow, check that out. It's a little bit bigger of a blade. Look at that. Goof that one a little bit. It's got, I will say, there are a couple of hesitation marks, but from the factory it seems to be actually razor sharp. Every knife should be able to process tinder for the fire, so let's see how good the SEAL Team holds up to the survival name. Now remember, don't want to splinter in the eye, guys and gals. Safety first, my friends. Be shaving right here. Pretty efficient. Got some nice tinder flakes here. And it does actually a pretty quick job of processing that tinder for the fire. Next up on phase 1 of the testing, we have the chopping test. How good of a chopper is the SOG SEAL Team? Now, is it really designed as a chopping knife? No, it's more of an all-around tactical survival knife. This knife was developed, for the SEALs to actually survive anywhere. You might come to a situation where, even an urban situation, you have to chop through a wall or process some type of firewood or hack up a 2x4 of white pine right here from our friends up north, the Canadians. Thanks to the Canadians, your generous donation will definitely benefit my Fuglycool testing. Now remember, safety first, my friends. This is actually to protect me from the mosquitoes. There's 1,000 mosquitoes here right now. I mean, literally, the hurricane passed over Harvey and it's not really that flooded here. There's just 1,000 mosquitoes flying around. So, oh man, I'll tell you what, when they get you in the eye, you'll know it. I'll be striking here. Tell you what, it didn't really take me too long to hack halfway through that 2x4 with the SOG SEAL Team. This blade, the 7-inch length, it really comes in handy. Next up we have the tip test. This tip right here, I'll be driving it into this 2x6 and I'll be prying left and right 5 times to see how strong the tip actually is on this blade. A lot of cheaper made knives, this one's made in Taiwan, but I'm not going to discredit it just yet because some Taiwanese knives have actually passed this test with ease. So let's see how this AUS-8 Taiwanese version steel handles up to the tip test. Now remember, mosquito eye safety, activate. Where did my hat go? There it is. Hat's all over the place, golly. Let's roll with it. I'll be striking here. One. Two. So far it's straight. Three. Four. And 5. From what I can see, there's no distortion, you know, from my eyes, of the tip itself. That's actually very impressive. The SOG SEAL Team is equipped with these serrations right up here. Let's go ahead and see how quick it cuts through a 1-inch thick piece of manila rope. Now, I don't think you need your safety glasses for this one, so viewer discretion is definitely advised. Cutting right here. I mean, that is really quick. Look at that. I mean, it's just perfect. These serrations are razor sharp, and they're actually designed very well for cutting into fibrous material. Another common question is, will the SOG SEAL Team work with a magnesium-based fire starter? Well, I'm here to answer that question. Now remember, safety first, my friends. Magnesium sparks burn at around 5,000 to 5,500 degrees, so definitely I'm going to protect your eyes from that. I'm going to shave some magnesium particles here, right down here. Now the back of the blade is actually good for shaving. I am getting some shavings out here, not too many. Came with a little tool to make it a little faster. Pretty much it's just a saw blade, a little hacksaw blade. Got my magnesium in a small little pile. Let's see if we can make some sparks. And there you have it. The SOG AUS-8 stainless steel will produce sparks from a magnesium fire starter. The SOG SEAL Team passed Phase 1 with ease, flying colors all the way, 100%. The chopping test, easy. I mean, for a 7-inch blade, it made short work of that 2x4. Tinder test, pretty self-explanatory on that. Went through real quick. Even, you know, shaving this magnesium and sparking it, it actually did that, which I didn't think that stainless steels, the majority of them, have a hard time doing that. So definitely, we're going on to Phase 2 to see how well it does in the destruction test to come. So far, the SOG SEAL Team is extremely promising. This knife is living up to the legendary name of the SOG SEAL 2000, its predecessor. Next up, Phase 2, we have the edge retention test. I'll be striking this concrete block right here with the edge of the SOG SEAL Team, and I will then be cutting into this lime rind. It's got a pretty tough skin on the outside of it. We'll see how effortless it is, you know, just by the way that I feel the knife dragging across the flesh of this fruit. We'll see how difficult or how easy it is to process. Now remember, very dangerous test. Do not try this one at home. I'm a trained Mayor Fuglycool professional, and I have the right laser protective ballistic goggle eye protection system to do this feat. I'll be striking here. Left a pretty big gouge there. I hit right there. I do see some minor chips, and it did dull the edge slightly. I had a little bit of resistance at the beginning. It's a little crooked of a cut, but it was actually able to cut through that rind relatively easily. So, actually, did pretty good. Striking that concrete block did a little bit of damage to the blade itself. You see the small black chipping chippings that have come off of the blade, but the blade has not been compromised. It's actually in pretty good shape. Some other blades that are cheaper stainless steel, like the AUS 6 and below, even the Chinese stainlesses, they chip all over the place, they bend, they warp, but this blade stayed relatively intact. On to the next test. Up next, we got the cinder block test. Now, very controversial. A lot of blades, they pass. Some blades fail, depending on where they're made and what materials are made of. Now, since this one was made as a Navy SEAL slash Special Forces combat survival knife, it's very, very tough. So, you know what? Just in celebration of that, let's go ahead and step it up a notch and just do 1.5 cinder blocks. Maybe we can get a little bit more destruction out of this one. Now, remember, safety first, my friends. Nobody wants cinders to the eye. Definitely not. Come on, Bennett. Let's party. Definitely, I can feel the power in my hands. This knife is awesome. Wow, I'm gonna stand that back up. No cheating there, Fuglycool. Get another one of those in there with the spine of the knife. Look at that. Now, one thing I did forget was the infamous hammer blow. The back of the pommel, since this is full tang and it's got a little exposed piece of metal, let's see how it does. Perfect. Look at that. Literally, nothing left with the SOG SEAL Team. Hardcore. The SOG SEAL Team just blasted through that cinders. The cinders, no match. I mean, you know, they come from the future, 2143, huge lore about it, you know, prophecy and all that. SOG SEAL Team definitely, cinders beware. But let's go ahead and kick it off with the next test, the Inator test. Well, brick test, but definitely. I intercepted a transmission from the future. Now, there was a time, it's August 29th, 2143 or something like that. The Inators come back in time, so the Resistance needs a really good knife to fight against these enemies of sheer stone and heat-fired terracotta. I swear, these things are just notorious. Now, these are pavers. These are kind of like Inators, but they're really close. So, as always, safety first, my friends. And here we go. And remember, I eat bricks for breakfast. Meow. These are actually from my other two tests, the folding knives and other small knives that didn't pass, so let's go at it. Spine of the blade. Two Inators down. Oh no, this is not a Inator. It's actually a real brick. What am I gonna do? Meow. Well, that Inator had a definite heat temper problem, so I mean, they were defeated very easily by the SOG SEAL Team. At the end of Phase 2, the SOG SEAL Team I give it an A+. I mean, it's very, very durable. Look at that. No damage to the spine. Just the powder coating that they used. It's a little bit scratched, but other than that, it's actually in very, very good shape. I really definitely, I hope that this passes the test. It has a lot of promise. On to phase 3. The last and final phase of testing, phase 3, will be kicked off with the metal on metal penetration. The tip of the SOG SEAL team will be going into a GI 50 cal ammo can. This can is used around the world to transport supplies and all sorts of sensitive material inside because it protects it so well. These cans are notoriously thick, and we will be testing it here on the Fuglycool channel. Now remember, safety first, my friends, and don't try this one at home. This one is extremely dangerous. Blades have fractured during this test. Tips have gone missing. But here we go. Let's give it a couple more for the Navy SEALs. Wow. Maximum penetration. Tip damage on the SOG SEAL team. Actually quite minimal. It's still grabbing my thumb. You can see the skin brought up by that. So the tip is still there. It did dull it a little bit. Now another thing is that coating. Check out that coating. I mean, it looks really great for being stuck into that metal can multiple times. The coating, the powder coating, is still on, so definitely it's a pass. On to the next test. We're getting really close to the end of my testing. Let's keep going with the standing test. I'll be hammering this SOG SEAL team into this 4x6 right here, about 1.5 inches in. I actually marked it on the blade. This will definitely test quite a few things. The hammering of the blade into this 4x6 right here, that's a lot of stress. Vertical stress, vibrations on a molecular level. It can definitely fracture blades. You wouldn't think so, but if it's not heat treated right, it will fracture internally. The handle to blade attachment, how strong it's attached on, you know, the vibrations could make that come loose. I haven't had that problem so far. You know, also the steel itself, if it's not tempered right, it won't hold shape, and around the tip area, it will bend left or right depending on how I hammer it into this thing. Now remember, don't try this at home. I mean, really, this is only for trained hammer time professionals. Safety first, my friends. Right at the 1.5 mark. Actually, it penetrated very easily. Usually it takes me a lot longer. There I am. Wow. Withstood the Fuglycool's husky figure here. And it hasn't even budged an inch. SEAL tough. Last up, we have the pull-up test. Actually, it's chin-ups. Chin-ups are this way, pull-ups are this way. So let's just call it the chin-up test this time around. I'll be actually doing chin-ups on this blade, the SEAL team. Now, everybody knows physical fitness is a #1 priority in the Special Forces, so let's go ahead and see if it can withstand the mayor's weight. You know, earlier I said it was a little husky. I don't want to disclose my actual weight because, yeah, I would be a little sad about that. But let's go ahead and keep going with the test. Don't want to self-monologue for too long, right? Safety first, my friends, and this is definitely for trained weight loss professionals. Time to work out those glutes and the biceps and the triceps. Meow. There we go. One Mayor Fuglycool pull-up. 2, 3, 4, 5, and one for the Navy SEALs, and one for the Navy. We did a couple extra, 7. I'll tell you what, still straight as an arrow. Meow. 2, 3, 4, and come on, you can do it, soldier. 5 Mayor Fuglycool pull-ups. Alright guys and gals, well, there you have it. The SOG SEAL team is definitely Mayor approved. +1 to SOG, they made a hardcore ultimate destruction knife that was able to take on the Mayor's test and still keep going. No deformation in the tip, withstood all of the spine wax, all of the cinder blocks, the brickinators, everything. Completely blew through this test with flying colors. +1 to SOG. Would I like to see this blade stamped with made in the USA on the side with USA materials? Yes, I do believe that SOG is an American company and they should use USA, sourced materials. Would I pay a little bit extra, 15-20 bucks extra? Yes, I would. This blade is definitely worth it. Even though it's made in Taiwan, it is still hardcore to the core. Also, I'd like to thank all of the Navy personnel and the Navy SEALs for this blade. Without them, this knife would not exist. We wouldn't have this really awesome survival knife for us to enjoy. So, definitely, the Mayor salutes you guys. Thank you for your service. Thank you to all the ex-military around the world and Special Forces personnel for keeping us safe. Now, this knife is definitely worthy of any task in front of it. The chopping, I mean, it might be a mediocre chopper, but it's just excellent. All around excellent, and you're definitely not going to break this blade. It is super, super tough. Now, also, if you like this video, +1 it, and comment in the comment box below. Tell me, Mayor Fuglycool, I love your test to death, or just tell me, hey, I want to see something else. To be honest, if y'all guys leave a profane comment, I'm just not going to look at it, and I'm probably going to delete it. So if you curse or anything, it's just going to get taken out immediately. I run a family-friendly channel. It's for everyone. And on top of that, subscribe. When you subscribe to the Magnesium Test channel, you get all the crazy blade action straight to your PC, tablet, smartphone, Zune, iPod, iTouch. Anything that has internet access, you're going to get it straight to you. Now, I am opening up a Patreon. It should already actually be open on my channel. I don't really need the donations, but I would definitely appreciate it. So if you guys could check out my Patreon, it's on my main page. There's a little peace symbol. It's like a little orange circly thing. Click that and you'll be linked to my Patreon account. As always, I would definitely appreciate it. Definitely appreciate it if y'all guys could leave some donations for the Mayor to enjoy, so I can get these videos out to you sooner. It takes me a little while to save up for blades. I've got a life. Well, yeah, I actually do have a life, okay guys? Don't laugh at me for that, but definitely, it takes me a little while to save up for blades like this. They're a little pricey for me, but I would really appreciate the donations. Now, there are perks if you donate, so definitely give it a look. Also hit the little bell icon next to my name. It'll notify you when my videos come out. If you're a subscriber, it should notify you, but lately YouTube has some crazy policies. That little bell icon next to my name, click it just in case. And as always, remember that I test this stuff like this so you don't have to. These blades out of my personal collection, out of my own private pocket, and I do it for y'all guys, the fans. Without my fans, I would not be here today doing all the crazy Mayor Fuglycool, Arnold Schwarzenegger stuff, crazy destruction tests here. I do it for y'all guys, okay? That's who I actually do it for, so that way everybody can know which knife is tough enough to survive the Mayor. As always, remember, that's the Mayor. Thanks for watching.